shock value. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flourgoldwizards channel. I'm Jason, part-time gold prospector based in Wisconsin. And somewhere around here are all my mining partners. Bowser, Rex, and the mine boss, Big Rig Bone. That's right. Today we're going to be doing a little bit more testing on some material we found on a secret quartz deposit. That's right, in Wisconsin. We kind of stumbled upon that spot, and it had all kinds of quartz in a vein sticking up out of the ground, and we took some samples and we ran them back here and threw them under our microscope, and by golly, there was gold in that stuff. Now before we go back there and fill up my whole truck and trailer with that stuff, I have a slightly larger sample here, I don't know, 3 gallons or so of that same quartzy material right here. And I want to run this all through my system just to make sure that we weren't seeing things last time. Because if there's gold in this stuff here in any amount at all, chances are if you can walk out of there with a truckload or so, you're going to be in for quite a surprise. So let's begin processing this material. Well, here's the first part of our system right here. It's the mighty mill. Now this thing here, it's got a little like clevis in there attached to a little, I don't know, a little axle in there, a little arbor. And that thing just spins around and turns this material into powder, just like that right there. Now the first thing we're going to have to do is clean this thing out, because we don't want that sample contaminated with something we previously ran through this thing right here. And as you can see, a lot of this stuff is a little bit larger than this machine will handle. See, that's where you put the material in there. Well, that doesn't fit. Square block, round hole. There you get the picture. And that's where the BFH comes in handy. We're going to go ahead and smash all this stuff up into bite-sized pieces. Even this one here is going to have to get knocked down a little bit. Well, probably in half or so, and then she'll fit right in there, and that thing's going to work fantastic, as long as that 4-inch grinder there holds out. Now the clean out process is pretty simple. I could dump a bunch of water in there, or this or that, but it'll take too long to dry it out. You don't want that material turning into a paste in there, or you'll never get it out. So I just got a little air compressor hose here. We'll go ahead and blow that right in there, just like that. Swirl it around in there. There, nice and clean. Our material will not be contaminated. Here's a little bit of a closer look at all this material right here. There's some pretty big pieces, but they do have potential. And they've got this layer right here, that orange layer, that was the contact zone in between this quartz and the bedrock that it was laying on. And there's still lots of it out there, and it's got that same orange band right there, or whatever color that is, taupe. And to smash this stuff up, it's just a pretty easy process. Put it on this here old broken off sledgehammer right there and give it a crush. Breaks up into nice small pieces, and those will fit right in there quite nicely. So it's going to take me just a little while to bust this stuff up. Let's begin. Now we're moving right along here, but I just wanted to show you what the inside of a lot of this stuff looks like here. Let me get this over here in the sun. See that? It's not just the seam where this stuff connects to that bedrock, but in all these quartz have little stringers in them. All this quartz here. See, you break them apart, and that's what they look like on the inside in those little seams. All kinds of different colors, orange and red and black and brown. Some green, which I'm guessing is copper, but we're making some really good progress here. We're just about, we're well over half done, and our bucket's we'll probably have a darn near a full bucket by the time we're done. Now we're going to start pulverizing that stuff. All right, now we've got our material all in nice bite-sized pieces. It's time to get a little bit dirty. Well, hopefully not. This will make a little bit of dust, and you definitely don't want to breathe it in all day. You'll get silicosis and keel over. But we do have a really nice breeze coming from this way going that way, so hopefully that takes care of a lot of that dust. And if it doesn't, well, I'll just go put on a mask. I don't want to wear one right now because it's 90 degrees out here with 2,003% humidity, and that gets a little bit uncomfortable. So I've got some safety glasses, that's right, and my hat. Let's begin. All right, we're all done powderizing that material out there. We're gonna conduct the rest of this experiment in the shop. It's so hot out there. I've got a couple of AC units in here, so we're gonna hang tight. Here's all that material right here. We've got about 2 gallons, all nice and powderized. There are a couple of chunks here and there. When you get a little too greedy with that small mill, those chains don't have a chance to react with some of the material you're dropping in there. So we did wind up with a couple of small bits in there that did get powderized, but that's just fine. Let me go over and show you exactly how we're going to run this material. Oh, somebody's scratching at the door. It's the boys. Yeah, it's so hot out there. Come on in here, you guys. I could use the help anyway. Yeah. All right, here's our system right here. Yeah. Today I'm going to be using a sawtooth mat. Now this one is 3D printed, but it's the science behind it. It might be slippery, but all those little teeny weeny riffles right there, that's what's doing the magic. And I do have a levelometer, an angle finder right here, so to speak. And I'm going to start off at about 4 degrees roughly. The reasoning behind that is this gold, is, if there is any, is going to be so small, you really would rather use like a miller table or a water table of some kind that vibrates to get the gold to separate out of this material. But this will work just fine in my opinion. It'll tell us everything we need to know. And the more passive system, the better for this stuff. And for that, we're going to be using the 10-inch Flourgoldwizards Smooth Water. This will provide bubble-free water, absolutely as smooth as you can imagine. That just slides right on the end, just like this. And yeah, it's on there. I love those things. So let me get my water hooked up and everything, and we'll begin. All right, all our material is in this bucket. It's good and sloppy wet. You definitely don't want to use dry material, especially this powder fine stuff like this. This gold will float. A lot of that material will float. It's just not very conducive to running dry. So we got it all slopped up real good. Let's throw the initial scoop on there. See how it reacts with our system here. Let's get one of those babies up close and personal. Look how sloppy this stuff is. Just a mess. But our smooth water is running real well. Bubble-free water. And here's one on there up close. Now you see how that material is just creeping on down real nice and slow. That's what you want it to do. You just want it to separate the heavies from the lights. And doing it really good and slow like this, it's mimicking a really super Hulk style aggressive miller table, so to speak. And it might take a little bit longer, but that's what it takes to recover this hard mill gold, this hard rock mining gold. So we're going to take our time, run this whole bucket through there, see what it looks like. But first, a little something from the refrigerator. That's right. All right, it's all in there. That bucket is empty. Let's go ahead and turn off our speed controller. Just like that. We'll do a little bit of a mat inspection. I don't really, you're probably not going to see much of anything as far as any gold would go. I mean, unless there's chunks, but this is definitely not that kind of material. But it did capture lots and lots of black material. I mean, when we put that stuff in there, it was just jet white from all the quartz, but we seem to have captured quite a bit of dark material. Only one way to find out. Let's get that stuff in a pan. All right, now that absolutely left us with a manageable amount of material to pan. And a lot of this stuff is still that blonde quartz colored stuff. Well, it's smashed up quartz. But it should be easy enough to pan. We're gonna really take our time here and get this stuff down, because I'm really excited to see if there's anything in there. All right, we've got new water, new jet dry. There we go. Let's begin. That's probably, I don't know, maybe a third of a cup of material right there. But like I said, it's that light colored quartz stuff right there. And we'll just really take our time. We'll just do a couple little swipes off the top each time, settle it all back down. Just like that. And you can see it's starting to turn a little bit of color. All kinds of black material in there. And that's what you want to do, real slow. Take your time, because your results depend on it. All right, let me finish this a little closer to my head where I can see what I'm doing. We'll take a look at it. All right, here's a little point of note. I'm going to put this in 3. I want you to see the amount of silver looking material in there. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It's mighty silver looking, but it moves around fairly easy in the pan. I don't know if those are shavings from my mini mill or what the heck that is. I'll have to try to separate some of that and see what's going on there. All right, I've just noticed exactly how much of that silvery looking stuff is in there, and I thought, you know what? Grab your darn magnet. So I did. Watch this. Everything that isn't quartz colored in there is magnetic. Yep. Every darn thing. Really wish I knew what that was. I'm going to open up my mill and take a look at my little clevises in there, my little spinners, and just to see how beat up they look, and even if they're even magnetic. All right, we'll take a look at that magnetic material right here. Let me get this down where it belongs. Take a little look. And almost. And there it is. This is everything, or a lot of it, that was magnetic in that pile right there. It just kind of looks, I don't know, looks kind of flaky. I know a lot of you guys out there do some hard rock mining, and you know your minerals, and you know this, and you know that. So if you could, let me know what you think this stuff is. Maybe it's something worth something. That would be fun. Indeed. Pretty cool. Now I've got all that leftover material right here, the stuff that was non-magnetic, and there isn't a whole lot, not very much at all. I've got it under my microscope and it is focused. So we'll begin. We'll just kind of slide it around, see if anything jumps out at us. Like that little piece right there. That looks pretty gold colored to me. I wish it had a little bit more round of an edge. That would make me feel a little bit better about saying whether it was gold or not. But we'll just keep taking a look around here. There's another piece right there. Right there. I just love this microscope. We are down into the hundreds of billions of degrees down below our vision. There's a big old chunk right there. It's got some black film on it, but it looks gold underneath. And I know what you're thinking, well, let's try to separate this stuff. Well, this stuff is mighty, mighty small. There's another really good, interesting looking piece right there. That to me looks like gold all day long. And let's just keep looking around. Maybe something else will jump out at us. Let's get over here to the main pile. And here we are. There's some stuff that looks like gold colored in there, but it's just not jumping out at me. Maybe I can focus in on that one a little bit more. Possibly. That very well could be. And I'm really looking for rounded edges where metal is going to be kind of, I don't know, well, rounded from my mill, like that piece right there. Now that one right there is gold. My mill did that to it. The edges are all nice and round. That is gold all day long. And you can see that this stuff compared to that, that's really small. I mean, you can't even see that that's gold in there. So I do believe that there is 100% gold in that stuff right there. And I'm pretty darn happy. Is it worth, I don't know, all that effort we put into it for a couple of gallons to get those few pieces? I don't know. It's fun though. Take 312. Well, I've been clamoring to run a bigger size sample ever since we found that spot. And today we did. I do believe that is 100% gold in that sample over there. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Not quite sure. However, it is fun. If we went down there and we got 2 tons of it and had an easy way to come back here and run it, yeah. But you know, doing it with that little mini mill might not be the answer. Still fun. We like to get out in the creek. Now we're hard rock miners, so to speak. So thank you guys for coming along. I had a great time and I hope you enjoyed it. So until the next episode, like, share, subscribe. Please do leave a comment. It helps build our channel. Check out our Patreon page in the description box below. Flourgoldwizards out.